Tom Clark's Main Event is a Boink Studios production. And now, on with the show.
This is Daddy Show. Step off.
Hey, what is up? Welcome back to the program, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tom Clark, and this right here is Tom Clark's Main Event. What's up, kids? Welcome back to the program. I'm not my usual animated self. There's a good reason for that. I have a cat on my lap who's been asleep for quite some time. And now she's waking up. Can you see her? You're going to let the audience see you? You're going to get down? She's not going to get down, kids. This is my life. I didn't go to my office space today. I stayed at home to work from my home office, yes. And this little girl has been in my lap pretty much the entire day. I am not joking. She's the cutest thing ever. So you don't get crazy wackadoodle yelling Tom right now because of this. I'm going to put the picture up. I wish I could share it here. Wouldn't that be cool? Talk amongst yourselves. Yeah, well, look here. This is, you know what? We'll just do a video. How about that? That'll be fun too, right? You hear my dog going clippity clop up in here? That's what he does, baby. It's what he does. Believe that. Happy Friday, everyone. How's your week been? I've had a good week so far. I'm not going to lie. All right. So this is me doing the show, attempting to do the show, trying to do the show. Yes. See? Ring. Oh, that's bright. Look out. And then I got this. Yeah. She's very comfortable. I, however, am not. So this is as we speak. If you're watching the show, I'll post this. There again. Maybe you guys are happy she's here. You don't get wild and crazy Tom. It's life, baby. What can I tell you? All right. I'm going to share that to the Facebook. Did I wake you up? I'm so sorry. Yeah. So hope everybody out there is doing great. I've had a pretty good week, man. I got no complaints, if I'm being honest with you. I try not to complain. No one cares anyway. Believe that. Now, let me tell you something else. Every time you feel like complaining, here's something to remember. Something Mom taught me years ago, kids. Every time you think you've got it bad and want to complain about it, someone out there has it a lot worse than you do. I promise you that. So anyway, there we are. I'm posting this because it's fun times. Can you imagine for people who tune in for like the first time ever on these things, and then like they see me and they'll see something wacky happening, and they're like, "Who is this clown with the Hendrix shirt and the bass guitarist behind him and the cat on his lap?" I don't know what to tell you, man. Everybody go check out that video. You know, Facebook, it'll take like 3 days to post. I don't know what to say. Let's get into it. Do not make this cat move. I will punch you in the mouth. What? I ain't going to. All right, you better not. Say hello to the boy, kids. Get down here. Oh. How old are you going to be tomorrow?
14.
14, he says. Hear that, everybody? Yeah, 14, this kid. You kidding me? I got 1 foot in the grave right now. Let's say hello to everybody. Carlos Martinez was the first guy here. What's up, dude? Sugar Shane Odom in the house. Belinda, what's going on? Get off him, her. Brett, what's going on? Yep, I heard the Bobby Fish news. Weird things that's happening at the AEW, kids. Everybody go watch that video on my Facebook. It's pretty flipping funny. What's up, E? How you doing, dude? Earl McKay? Doing good, man. Glad to see you. Glad you're here. Good day in Manitoba, Canada, Jeff. Ron, we're going to talk a little bit about it here today. Good to have you there, man. I enjoyed it. I always try to have fun no matter what's happening. Would you knock it off? No, she's not. She's trying to bite your hand off. Ray all day's in Disney. How you like that? Ray, are you watching? Ray, if you were at the top of a roller coaster, that'd be the best thing ever. You need to pose with like an Avenger and do that pose you do and like make him wear the main event shirt. That would be awesome. I don't think the kid wants my show, Earl. Too much responsibility. My kid don't do responsibility all that much, if I'm being honest with you. Like hardly ever. It's all right. Happy Friday to you, Will. Good to see you. Charlotte, good to see you. Has been a while. I'm doing great, my friend. Thank you very much. Hope you're doing good as well. We got a few folks here. You know what's making me sad and makes me want to cry like a little girl? No one's hitting the like button right now. You're ruining my day. You're ruining my life. Things are going bad in House Clark because no one's hitting the like button. That makes me cry. I don't know what you're doing to me right now. You're ruining my life. Hit the like button for me and share this feed, dude. It's not much. Take the link, you share it. Share it, share it, share it. Share it to your wrestling friends. Share it to your non-wrestling fans so they don't know what's going on. It's great. It's fun times. Do that for me. I greatly appreciate it. And turn on those notifications, kids. That would mean loads to me as well. That way, you know when your boy goes live. Get that? Awesome. Fun stuff. Fun times. Fun times. Let's see here. Let's see here now, boy. Keith, good to see you, my friend. Yeah, I heard about Braun Strowman. I got thoughts on Strowman. And if you're a WWE fan, you may not be happy with him, but it's all right. One guy's opinion. What's up, Danny? Welcome back to the show. News is buzzing right now, all kinds of news. We don't have a whole lot of time to get into news and stuff like that because we've got a show to cover coming up on Sunday. Briefly chat about Kevin Nashville, Ospreay, social. Dude, it's social media, Jeff. Twitter's not real. None of it's real. I say this, and my job is to run social media. That's my shoot job, kids. So I better not be saying it's not real. Holy God. But Twitter's not a real place. Twitter isn't even really a place. Wrestlers work. Pro wrestlers work all the time. Pro wrestlers never not work. That's one thing you need to know about wrestlers. They never stop working. It doesn't mean they're scumbags. It doesn't mean that all of them are bad or that they all lie to you. But you have to understand when you're in an environment where you work all the time, it's hard to not work. Know what I mean? Aleister Black, according to Chad and a lot of other people, Chad, too bad what's going on. According to a lot of other people out there, yes, the rumor is that Aleister Black has asked for his release. We don't have further details. We don't know what's happened. Everything we do have, unless it comes from Aleister Black's mouth himself, is hearsay. Please remember that. Always remember that. Okay? Took us 2 hours to get through. Oh, I got this. Your boys got this. Plus, there's just one of me. There's just little old me and the cat in the lap. You hear her? Listen. You may not can hear her. She's the cutest thing ever. That's why I'm not animated. If you're joining me right now and you're like, what is going on? This dude's usually like a circus clown. I got a cat in my lap. You know what I mean? So like, I'm trying not to like twist and shout up in here. Sorry. I flinched her. I made her ear flinch. Anyway, everybody go check out that little video on my Facebook feed. It's the funniest thing you've ever seen in your life. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's real life, baby. Anyway, we had the show last weekend, everybody. The video's not been released yet. HVW Inferno, yours truly, was on the call. 7 big time matches, had a blast. Always have fun at HVW. So yeah, so here's what I'm telling you. If you get a chance, go follow them on Facebook. I'm sure they'd appreciate it. But yeah, it was a fun time. I love commentating, man. It makes me happy. Makes me happy. There you go. I got pop-ups happening everywhere. Everywhere. John, being all kinds of John, you're so mean. Hey John, I'm not here every week, man. Not here every week. I wasn't here like 2 weeks ago. Last week. 2 weeks ago. Anyway, I tries to be here. Real life gets in the way. You know how it goes. Double V, Victor Vasquez. I about screwed that up, didn't I? Hello, my friend. How are you? We've always got time to talk about news, but we're 11 minutes in. I wants to get this preview out the way so it doesn't take me 3.5 days. Okay. So let's get into it. Let's kick this thing off with the first match on my list. And yes, I've been told this is on the pre-card. I don't really sweat that too awful much. Being on the show is being on the show. And I know that's not a popular opinion, but from my money, you work on the card where the promoter wants you. And again, I know that's not a popular opinion. Okay. And I've not had that opinion in the past. And I do like Eddie Kingston a lot, but please understand, I don't mean to throw shade at anybody, but you work on the card where the promoter needs you to work. Not saying Khan's right, not saying he's wrong. I'm just throwing it out there to you. If we're gonna make exceptions for companies at times and say things about whatever, then that has to apply to everybody. I would rather Eddie be on the main card. It is what it is. But I'm gonna tell you right now, what I'm asking for is that Tomohiro Ishii and Eddie Kingston get enough time to flat out wreck each other, to flat out rip each other's heads off, because that's what they're going to do. This match is going to be straight up insane. All right. And honestly, I think I'm looking forward to this more than I was looking forward to Kingston and Suzuki, if I'm being real. I am an Ishii fan to the end, baby. To the end. Okay. I roll with Ishii. I need that shirt. I'm rolling with Ishii. Ride and die. He's my ride and die. I'm going to tell you right now. He don't know it. He don't know me, but he's got Tom in his name, and that should mean something. It probably doesn't mean anything. But anyway, it's my ride and die. I'm telling you, man. I'm very much looking forward to that match. They're going to absolutely destroy each other, and I'm here for it. Alma says, what's up? Oh, man. Yeah. See, you love the Punk promo. Yeah. He and Mox, boy, that's a very interesting thing, Alma. I'm glad you brought it up. We're definitely going to get into it. We're definitely going to get into it. He says, with all due respect, I'm not a fan of Eddie Kingston. I think he ain't that good of a wrestler, and he is in the wrong business. Well, to each his own, my friend. You are more than welcome to have your opinion. There's been a lot of talents through the years that I've either defended or didn't care much for, that other people either loved or hated. You know what I mean? It just depends, man. I guess it all depends on what your taste is. What is it that makes you happy? What is it that you look for in a pro wrestling match? Not everybody wants the same thing in a pro wrestling match, if I'm being honest. Let me try to adjust this. Is that better? Do I look all right? She is still on my lap. This cat. Pris is her name, by the way. Everybody, to Alma's point, go like and follow Peaches and Power Bombs. It's one of the podcasts that the main event, that's what you're watching. What's up? The main event has inspired. I'm very humbled to have been part of the reason why other folks go and choose to do their own shows. It's pretty darn cool. And that is something I shared with Kevin Smith while I was in Austin this past June. That was because of him. He inspired me, and I've inspired other people. It was very cool. I put tears in his eyes. Not hard to do if you know Kevin Smith. Okay. But yeah, anyway, I'm very much looking forward to Ishii versus Kingston. And hopefully you guys are too. It's going to be good stuff. Let's see. James says Kingston is the realest promo artist in AEW. He speaks with conviction and gets people to feel his struggle. I can't argue with that. I'm not going to rate one over the other, right? But I feel where you're coming from for sure. Sugar Shane says AEW needs to sign with Ospreay as soon as possible. He's the future of the business. I'm gonna be honest with you, Shane. I don't think Will cares about working in the States full time. He's made it known. He and Jay White have both made it known through interviews I've listened to and seen in the past that they didn't grow up WWE fans. They grew up, fans of pro wrestling in general, not just one company per se, right? But that they neither one have any aspirations of becoming a full-time pro wrestling star in the United States. Now, never say never, right? This is the same business that we said Shawn Michaels would never come back. Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels would never shake hands. We'd never see Eric Bischoff in WWE. CM Punk would never come back to pro wrestling. How many other things can you say? Can you name off? Brock Lesnar and Goldberg, that's a pipe dream. You know what I mean? So, yeah, never say never, right? But as of very recently, when I've heard interviews with him, they're just not interested, either one of them. And honestly, they don't need to. Will Ospreay's getting the job done in New Japan and in Rev Pro, and Jay White's doing his thing in Japan also. By the way, Jay White's best heel in the business, no doubt. Come at me, I don't care. I'm gonna have to be brighter because I feel like the other way is not bright enough. I know. I'm putting the light in the kitty's eyes. I don't think she's happy with me right now. You all right down there? I wish you could see her, but I don't want to move the webcam, man. Go watch that video on my page, kids. It's funny. It's just nonsense how funny it is. How's the lighting? Is it working for you? Is it too bright, maybe? Everybody let me know what you think, man. He says Tom Carr would be a smarter person if he were a Green Bay Packers fan. Yeah. Well, I'd be a smarter person if I did a lot of things, to be fair. Let's see. Pac versus Kip Sabian. Singles match for AEW All-Atlantic Championship. How are you guys feeling about this one? For some reason or another, Kip Sabian, or who we believe to have been Kip Sabian this whole time, has been the dude at ringside with the bag on his head. Now, the unknown wrestler, yes. To what end was that happening? I don't have the 411 for you. However, here's my best guess. My best guess is that Kip Sabian has been injured this entire time. And rather than just sit at home with his foot up or his arm up or whatever body part was mangled or whatever that looks like, they probably paid him to just sit there with the bag on his head thinking it was going to pay off later. Now, I don't have that. Don't take that and write anything about it. That's just me throwing it out there to you. That's just what I think. So there you go. Is Penelope Ford coming back with Kip? I love her. I don't know. Here's what I'll tell you. I've seen Penelope in other companies, and I got opinions on various styles and various ways of presenting yourself in pro wrestling matches that don't really mean anything to anybody. So I'm not going to bore you with it. But she's grown on me. I will say that she's grown on me better than what she was at one time, if I'm being real. And I didn't really have a negative opinion of her. Okay. But honestly, at the same time, I wasn't really like completely in the bag for her either. But it's all good. I do like her. I think she's good. She got a lot of time under her belt. By the way, I don't know if you can hear her or not. She's doing her thing. In the first match, I think Kingston's beating Ishii. I think they'll give him that win if we're going to do predictions. I think Pac will beat Sabian, but wouldn't it be something if they gave Sabian that title? Wouldn't that be something? Ooh. We can always circle back to this if you guys have comments about it. Totally fine. Toby says, I didn't enjoy. You guys know how I feel about men and women wrestling each other. I'm not a fan of that. That's just personal taste. I always wish the best for these men and women in the ring and hope that they are safe all the time and pay respect to the business where possible. And of course, take care of themselves and each other. Right. So as long as that's happening, I guess if you want to work a guy, you can, whatever. But personally, from this chair, from this very chair, I'm just not a fan of it. I've made that. I've aired that out in the past. You guys know how I feel about it. It's no disrespect to anybody. Let's see here, man. You're putting Slim J in there with. Oh, I thought that was Ray for a second. With Adam Cole. Wow. Let's move to the next match, kids. Hook versus Angelo Parker, singles match for the FTW Championship. I would not be surprised if Hook lost this match. And I don't mean by pinfall, but I mean by count out or something like that. If the belt could change hands on a count out or whatnot. Just to change it up, just to do something different. And AEW does unexpected things at times. Now, I probably in the end will be wrong, and this will be Hook's match to win. But we'll see what happens, man. I wouldn't be surprised if they went the other way. Angelo Parker is very entertaining, but at the same time, does he have enough of a presence as a singles wrestler to win a singles title? Now, they are legitimizing the FTW Championship. I've always felt it's kind of a silly belt, but that's one guy's opinion. It is what it is. Jeff says FTW title is useless. Well, again, one guy's opinion. Let's be honest, Jeff, pretty much every title is useless if it's not carried the right way. Point taken. Yeah. Every title's useless because titles aren't real. We say they are. It means something to fans when we talk about world title matches and whatnot. But let's be honest, that strap of gold around someone's waist wasn't won in a legitimate contest. It was handed to somebody and said, hey, we think you're the guy to carry this. You guys know the deal. What am I doing? Letting the cat out of the bag? Like you don't know. You know that you got the skinny. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't get too wrapped up in it. I could, but I'm not gonna. Sugar Shane says Hook needs to have more than a 3-minute match. I want to see him wrestle. I disagree to a certain extent. I'm not disputing he can work. He probably can. But here's what I'll say, Shane. Once you take the shine off of a guy, of what makes him special, what are you going to do then? When they beat Goldberg, what happened? Did anybody care about Goldberg anymore? Not like they did. Not like they did. Think about that. Now, part of that was WCW didn't know how to book anybody, anywhere, anytime, unless it was Hogan in the National Hall, right? That's all they knew what to do because all they had. But to be fair, again, when you take something special, when you take the thing away from someone that makes them special, they're not special anymore. That's my opinion. It's my take. So if you take that away from Hook, what next? Got to be good TV or he's just going to become just another little dude with crazy hair who happens to be Taz's son. And there's got to be something more to him than that. My opinion. E says, hard question here. Who would be the first 4 viewers you want to put in the Tom Clark's Main Event Hall of Fame? You guys want me to do a Main Event Hall of Fame for viewers? I've actually thought about doing a Hall of Fame for workers. Not that any of those guys and gals would care or know who I am. It's all good. But that would be fun, right? So audience members, is that what you're saying? Well, E, you give me so much grief. Let's remember how you roll. I'm just playing. Don't make me start playing favorites right now, dude. I'm not going to do it. Everyone, please welcome to the show, Mr. Brino Royce. Brino picked up his first win this past Saturday night at HVW Inferno. Really, really good match, by the way. Brino's the real deal. That's the truth. Brino, you was on my show, and I'm going to get you back on the show as soon as you are open to it. And Brino, the door is open for you to co-host on the 6M podcast if you're ever so inclined. So, yeah. Brino's a man, dude. He had a presence when he came into the building. Believe that, okay? So, yeah. Good stuff. Oh, guess who else is here, kids? Tubby, I'll come back to you. Ghazi, we didn't see you Saturday night, brother. Where were you at? Good to see you, dude. Tubby, where are you? Clearly, me and Ray Dean would be the first inductees. Where is Sandy in Germany? Because honestly, well, right now in Germany, it's like 2:45 in the morning or something. You know what I mean? There you go. I haven't seen Sandy in forever, dude. He would definitely be on the Mount Rushmore Tom Clark's Main Event fans. Let's get on down this card, kids. Bryan Danielson versus Chris Jericho. Once again, we have top guys working each other. I'm okay with that. But do you get more out of Bryan Danielson versus Daniel Garcia and Chris Jericho, say, versus Orange Cassidy? I'm just throwing it out there, kids. When you have top guys working each other, what have you gained any ground that night on your card? Has anyone benefited? I'm not saying I'm not a part of it. I'm not saying I'm not hyped to see it. I am. But anytime when you have a company who the majority, I won't say the majority, 75% of the locker room have been established in the business for a while. Maybe that number's too big. Maybe it's too small. I don't know. I haven't done the math, right? But then the other 25 to 30%, give or take, is not fully established and not household names. Could we be rectifying that to some degree? I mean, I hear people say all the time, well, Jericho beats everybody. Blah, 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 blah. Undertaker beat everybody too. No one cared. See how that works? See how that works? When it's your company, it's okay. When it's the other company, you have a problem with it. If Chris were in WWE beating everybody, no one would care. I don't care, honestly. You can have whatever opinion you want. I just find it funny when we vocalize what should and shouldn't happen. Because the minute you put your opinion out into the ether, be prepared for a whole lot of other people to tell you you're an idiot. Okay? And also be prepared to read and listen to a lot of idiotic opinions to which you know are wrong, but it's hard to balance it out. Welcome to the Anti-Wrestling Podcast. Not anti-wrestling in terms of we don't like it, but anti in terms of I'm just sick of the same debate on every pro wrestling podcast on the planet. I'm just so tired of it. We need to start changing the narrative. That's why on this show, I do things a little bit differently. Okay. I've done the same thing for years and will continue to do the same thing. I watch, I analyze, and I communicate. That's what I do. That's what I do as a writer. That's what I do as a podcaster. I watch the product, I analyze it, and I communicate to you what I think. And it's up to you whether or not you agree with me. Totally your call. It's okay if you don't. Life will go on. The sun will come up in the morning. And if it doesn't, nobody will be here to know the difference anyway. Right? There you go. Man, this stuff's getting real deep here today, kids. Danielson and Jericho, my apologies. Danielson and Jericho are going to kill it. I don't think there's any question about that. They're going to bring it. Both these guys know what they're doing. They are pros in every sense of the word. And man, I am just like luminescent. You know what I mean? I got to fix that. I feel like this is not working for me. How about that? Is that better? I don't know. I'm pasty. I'm so white. I'm almost transparent. Believe that. Danielson and Jericho are going to kill it. It's what they do. It's what they always do. They're going to be totally fine. This match is going to deliver. This is going to be a 10. I'm telling you right now. If you doubt me, don't. You're making a mistake. I promise you. You got it. This match may steal the show. Let's be honest. Remember who we're talking about here. I say Danielson gets the win. Could be wrong, but I think Danielson should get the win here. My opinion. We'll see what happens. 4-way match for the interim AEW Women's World Championship. Here we go with that interim stuff again, everybody. Hey, kudos to them for coming up with a way to keep the title on television and keep the title relevant versus, is he hurt? Tournament. Is he hurt? Royal Rumble. Now, there's benefits to that. I get it. And some people don't like this interim stuff. And honestly, I kind of get that too. But for personal opinion, I'm actually okay with it. Toni Storm, Jamie Hayter, Hikaru Shida. And man, I got to get my timing a little bit better. And everybody's taking my buttons. All y'all owe me so much money. I'm kidding. Relax. Toby says, I think Garcia will swerve the swerve and help Jericho. I think so too. I'm with that. It's just a little convenient how all of a sudden he's having a change of heart. All of a sudden, right? Tim, I'm doing well, my friend. I'm doing great, actually. I couldn't be better. Oh, that's not working. You'd think I'd be ready for you guys, but I am not. Oh, we got to turn that down. Look at that. Core of the sun. So here's what's happening. I lose power here. It seems like it rains in this state every 5 minutes, okay? And we lost power. And whenever the power kicks off, I kind of forget that everything resets. I need to start checking this ring light before I go live. It's my nonsense that I didn't check it. So it's on me, honestly. There you go. Carlos says Britt wins. He says Jamie wins. I think I'd be okay with Jamie winning. It'd create a story between her and Britt. Wouldn't that make the most sense? I'm actually okay with that. Super Dave, no problem, my friend. We kept the light on for you. Tim said Jamie Hayter. What are you trying to say, Tim? Toby said, can't wait to see Tony deliver sweet hit music and win the gold. She may. Honestly, I think it'd make the most sense if Tony wins because then it sets up Toni Storm versus Thunder Rosa later to make the undisputed Women's World Championship. Right? That's what I think. We shall see. House O Black, Malachi Black, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews versus Darby Allin, Sting, and Miro. Okay. There's rumors aplenty going around right now that Malachi Black, not Aleister Black, as was stated earlier, and yeah, I fell into that myself. His name is Malachi Black, at least right now. That Malachi Black has asked for his release. Now, let me just remind everybody here, you know about as much of what's going on behind that curtain as I do, which is to say you don't really know anything, okay? I'm not going to sit here and work you and tell you I've got contacts, because I don't. Okay. And if someone tells you that, do not listen to them. And here's why. All right. Because anything could change at any time. Conversations could be worked. Guys are worked when they're told to finish sometimes. Brino will vouch for this. He's seen it, I'm sure. Things happen. You want to keep things under wraps. The internet, as it is, with socials being what they are, the minute social media grabs hold of something, it ruins the whole show. Okay. I'm not saying Malachi Black is coming back, that he's not done, that he didn't ask for his release. I never said any of those things. Notice that. I also didn't say that he did. Okay. Get that straight. We only know what we know, and what we know is not very much. Put that on a t-shirt. Brino says, I'm tired of seeing people have negative opinions about the interim thing. If you're a fan of combat sports, you know that's how it works. Thank you. So if you're someone that wants wrestling to be treated like an actual sport, this is how combat sports operate. Love the nuanced touches like that, Dave. I completely agree. It is very nuanced, but I think it works. I do think it works. Maybe it's not everybody's cup of tea. Sorry. The cat's on my lap. Have I mentioned the cat's on my lap? She's sleeping her little life away on my lap, dude. It's no joke. Crazy. But yeah, a lot of people have a problem with it. I don't really care. I don't really care. You can have opinions. Opinions are fine. But it keeps the title on TV and keeps it relevant. And people want to see title matches. They don't want to see tournaments all the time. New Japan's different. 99.9% of their tournaments are not for championship. They're tournaments to be having tournaments to name number one contenders and to give out trophies. It works for them. It's fun. It's entertaining. Tournament matches can be fun, but not for a championship that you expected to see defended next week. Know what I mean? My opinion. Dave says, hey, Tom, is there any podcast that you listen to? I do listen to Jericho's when he focuses on wrestling. When he does other things, I don't really care for it, but that's me. I do enjoy Regal's podcast, the Gentleman Villain podcast, I think it is. Isn't that what it is? I got to get that light. I still feel like I'm too bright. It's making me nuts. I do listen to that. I listen to, this is non-pro wrestling related, the 500 greatest songs in rock and roll. It's an excellent podcast, dude. I'll tell you it right now. We could have saved this to the end, to the, give me the term, open floor. Thank you. We could have saved this. The top 500, a history of rock music and 500 songs. I will vouch for that show. It's so good. The guy behind it is so good. He knows his stuff. He's done the legwork, done the research. It's excellent, by the way. I would always recommend that to you if you're a music fan of any level. I think you'd enjoy it. I like Conan O'Brien's podcast. I like Bill Burr's podcast. Man, I'm going to take all the day talking about podcasts. Good night, kids. That's all. No, I'm kidding. You asked. There you go. Dave says, looking forward to some wrestling this weekend. 100%. 100%. Ron says, don't mind the interim thing. I think it's a good way to keep everything going. Absolutely agreed. Dave says, it'd be hard being married, working for different promotions. I would think the answer to that is yes. However, I would also think that if your companies travel and you happen to be in towns that are close to each other, then you're probably going to be in okay shape. But no, I get where you're coming from. Oh, hey, he didn't say wrestling podcasts. Yes, I enjoy Peaches and Power Bombs. It's okay. Shameless plug. I'm going to call you Marie because you're asking me to. I love you to pieces. That is so good. Shameless plug. God, you steal everything, and I love you for it. That's awesome. Hey, man. Every day I'm hustling. All right. Hustler's going to hustle. Believe that. I'm proud of you. Shane says, not my cup of tea. I like the old way. If you can't defend 30 days. I was a 30-day believer for years. I had you back, Shane. I believed in it forever. And then John Moxley, once known as Dean Ambrose, was the WWE United States champion for like 3 years and never defended it. Remember that? And then Brock, and all the other hoo-ha. 30 days went out the window. I agree. I love the old school method of 30 days. It's gone. Rock and roll's dead. I hate to be the one to tell you. I hate to be the one to drop the alpha on you, kids. Rock and roll is dead. Okay. It's okay. You still got your vinyl. You still got you can stream it all day long if you want to. Listen to your favorite bands. But kind of like that, the old ways are dead. There's still touches of it. There's still moments. The tag ropes are there. There's still FTR. There's still great things. There's Cody. There's touches of the past. There's Dustin. You know what I mean? There's New Japan. A lot of old school pro wrestling going on there, but it's over. You know what I mean? I hate to rain on everybody's parade, kids. I'm just telling you the way I feel. It's just how I feel. But it's okay. Life goes on, baby. Life goes on. Gerald, how are you, my friend? How are you? MTV, Gerald hasn't played music in like 35 years. Let's be real. Yeah, let's be real. We didn't even talk about this match. If Malachi shows up, this is going to be an insane 6-man tag. If he doesn't, I would guess it'll become a tag team match with Brody and Buddy Matthews against Darby Allin and Miro, and Sting will be at ringside. No matter what happens, this is going to be a good match. Believe that. I believe that 100%, dude. And listen, if Malachi Black is gone, you can still call it the House of Black. Just give it to Brody King. And I hope he's not gone. Okay. But if he is, give it to Brody King. Let him call it something else if you want to. Just kid calling House of Black. Who cares? But he and Buddy Matthews, put a third guy in there. Put Miro in there if you want to. He may not fit exactly well. I still think Pentel Zero fits perfect. But you know what? Just my take, everybody. Let's keep moving on, kids. Singles match for the AWTBS Championship. Jade Cargill defends against Athena. Crazy prediction time. I actually think Athena's going to take the belt. Now, could be wrong. Could be wrong. Let's don't sleep on this. 2 African-American women vying for a championship in a pro wrestling company. Hey, honey, you were going to reposition? Vying for a pro wrestling company is a very good. Vying for a Tana pro wrestling company is a very good thing. I'll get it. She just turned around and went. She's going back to sleep. Don't lay on my arm. I need my arm. She's laying on my arm. Dude. She's laying on my arm. Yikes. This cat, I swear. Insane. Insane, dude. Yeah. So, anyways, there we are. I think Athena's going to win. But I could be wrong. Remember what I said earlier about Goldberg and Hook, the comparison? When you take the shine off of someone, what's the next move? You better have a good move. I've been saying this to Phil Lindsay, 6M podcast co-host. Shameless plug. Hear that? When you take the shine off, when you take away what's special, what's step 2? You better have a strong follow-up to Jade losing for the first time. You better come up with something good. This is why I'm not a fan of undefeated streaks. It doesn't work. It could work for who was okay with Brock Lesnar and pinning Undertaker? Show of hands. Okay, think about it. Who's okay with Kevin Nash beating Goldberg? Show of hands. Okay. The problem is when you have someone beat everybody and there's no one left to beat that person, and then they get beat, everyone's going, see, because nothing's good enough. The only exception I'll make is if Cody Rhodes goes over on Roman Reigns when he comes back. That'll be the exception. I don't think Drew beating Roman will matter. I don't think Owens beating Roman would matter. I just don't think it will. I think Cody would because Roman's never beat him. You know what I mean? But when you're Roman and you've beat everybody, who cares at that point? Not I, said the cat. I'm just saying. Now, it's okay to disagree. If you're not with that, I feel that. Brenda says, I can see her losing the belt because she's a big enough star without it. However, I do like her as champ. Talking about Jade. I like her. I don't love her. And it's no disrespect. And Brino, you know what I'm getting ready to say, right? Before I say it. She's better than she was, but there are still moments in the ring when I see, it's a big word, I've said a bunch, hesitation. When I see hesitation. When I see wrong number of steps taken, when I see, why did you walk that way? Why, you see where I'm coming from? Ring awareness and getting comfortable between the ropes is a it's a real thing, kids. It's a real thing. And I'm not trying to beat anybody up. And if she heard this, I'm sure she would completely think I'm beating her up. I don't mean any disrespect. Okay. All I'm saying is, from my vantage point, and let me preface all that with this. It's not her fault. She's learning on TV, on live TV, in front of all of you, who a lot of you may love her. A lot of you may hate her guts. Well, she can't work. Imagine being on your job and being on display every day. You didn't have time to prepare. You didn't know what you were doing when you went in. You never really done it before. You're learning as you go. Dude, can you imagine that? That's got to suck, right? I don't hold her responsible for that. And honestly, I still don't. If I'm being real about it, I just don't. Okay. But I still see those moments of hesitation. I just do. And I just feel like these things only come with time, unless you're Kurt Angle, right? These things only come with time. No one comes out the womb knowing how to walk around in a pro wrestling ring. It's true, unless you're Danny Hodge, maybe. I'm just saying. And Brino knows what I mean. You know what I mean. It's not just the power moves. It's not just the submissions. It's not just the entrance. It's not the robe. It's not just the glasses. It's not. The little things mean a lot. The little things mean a lot. It's what happens between the moves that really grab my attention. Because in those moments when it feels no longer real, I'm out. I tap out. I'm like, I'm done. You lost me. I'm a tough critic. Let's be real. Chad Too Bad says Roman loses to Drew, and then Cross takes him out. Belt goes to Raw. I don't know, dude. I still don't think it'd mean anything if Drew beat him. That's just me. That's my opinion. I don't think that it means anything. And Carlos, if that's true, we won't see Cody till the Rumble. I'd keep that belt on Roman all the way till Mania. Have Cody beat him at Mania. Let that be the end of Roman's title run. He's already kept it. What's it been, like 6 years or something? Oh, that's fun. I'm not throwing shade. Hey, listen, Roman's in the God spot in that company. Believe that. He's in the God spot. Shree says Jay just needs more development. Agreed. She's great on the mic. Agree to disagree. But wrestling needs more power moves and submission moves. But wrestling needs more. She needs more work, is what she needs, Sheree. She's already doing power moves and submissions. I would want her to. Chain wrestling maybe it's not in the cards for her. Maybe that's not what they want from her. Maybe not what she wants to do. So, that's just me. A lot of talk about Chris Jericho returning to WWE to finish his feud with Kevin Owens. I could care less about that, Doug. All due respect to everybody here who loves that idea. It'd be fun, but Chris seems happy. Would he want to finish his career in WWE? It's possible, but let's all remember one thing. He didn't begin his career in WWE. We all know this. Let's don't ever forget that. All right. Cody started his career in WWE. See where I'm coming from? Jericho already made a name for himself where he got there. Maybe not as a world champion, but still. It could happen. Never say never. Never say. Yeah, Doug, we've already heard about the Braun Strowman thing. We'll see what happens. I love Theory. Anybody giving Theory grief, please stop. Knock it off. Theory's doing his job. I can't be mad at that. I love Theory, actually. So, yeah, I'm picking Athena for this unlikely win. Jack Perry, that's Jungle Boy to you. Versus Christian Cage. I would think that Jungle Boy / Jack Perry has to get the win here, in my opinion. I don't know how else you could take this match unless you just want this feud to go on for like the next 3 months. I guess you could. It's fine. I don't care. But does it make a lot of sense? The question is, how good is this match going to be? I would submit it's going to be very good. Christian continues to be one of the best veterans in that locker room. Phil gave me a hot take 2 weeks ago, I think. May have even been off mic when he said he felt like Christian's run in AEW has been better than Edge's run in WWE. I don't know if I'm going to disagree with that too awful much. As a believable character, as someone that's credible, as a storyline you can get invested in, dude, I think I may have to agree with him on that deal, man. Christian's been more intriguing, more No fault of Edge's at all. It's the storyline. It's not Edge himself. Edge is a man. Tom said blah blah blah. I didn't say that. It's what you have to work with, and how can you make the best of it? You know what I mean? So yeah, my opinion, kids. You can take her. You can leave it. It's okay. So yeah, I think. All right, I got two options here, and they're both cop outs. Ready? If you want this feud to continue, then Christian wins. If you want this feud to be over, Jungle Boy has to win this match. My opinion. We'll see what happens. Next match down the card, Wardlow and FTR versus Jay Lethal, Motor City Machine Gun, 6-man tag team match. Yes, this is going to be fun. No, I don't know why Motor City Machine Guns are heel. That doesn't make any sense. Yes, I'm here for it because, man, it's going to tear the roof off the joint. Believe that. I can't wait. It's going to be a good match. No championship, no tag team championships are on the line Sunday night. We will see how it goes. But, yeah, it's going to be fun, dude. It's going to be fun. There we go. Carlos says, I think Edge says he's retiring. Well, we'll see. We've heard this before, right? I'll say what I said when he came back. If he's healthy and the doctors sign off on it and his family's okay with it and he's good and they got something good for him to do, let him keep working. I'd like to see him in AEW one of these days. He couldn't be Edge unless he trademarked the name. Did he? Probably not. He could be Adam Copeland. Doesn't have to be Edge. Doesn't have to be Edge. What? I want the smoke. What's wrong with you? It's real life. Does Dominic turn tomorrow? Surely. Well, we'll see. We shall see. Mullet Man. Does Braun Strowman come back and defeat? Nah. All right, Doug, there's two parts to this, Doug. Okay? There's two parts to your question. When you say, does Braun Strowman come back and defeat Roman for the title? One, does he? I don't know. Two, should he? No. My opinion, no. That's just me talking. I've seen this match. I don't care about it again. That's just Tom. But again, Doug, I'll say the same thing to you I've been saying to everybody for the past hour, dude. Same thing I've been saying the past hour, dude. Is that when you beat everyone, there's no drama left. There's no drama left at all for me. I don't care about it at that point. I just don't. I'm not going off on you. Just saying. Brino's saying what a lot of people are thinking. Dominic's been in NXT. I won't disagree with that at all. Bringing back what family? The Wyatt family? You can't do that. Don't bring back the Wyatt family. Leave it alone. I never want to see the Wyatt family again. This is not a case of, you know, Chadwick Boseman, may he rest, as Black Panther. I'm of the belief that they should have recast Black Panther. And you still could with the multiverse concept, yeah. But the Black Panther character existed years before Chadwick Boseman ever put the suit on. Luke Harper is Luke Harper. You can't replace Luke Harper. Don't even try. It's not the Wyatt family anymore. I just don't know why they'd want to do that, except for money. Money and ratings. In my opinion, it's not something I would do. Not something I'd want to see. But we shall see what happens. By the way, FTR and Wardlow for the win. Claudio Castagnoli versus Wheeler Yulo versus Penta El Zero versus Rey Fenix versus Rouge versus Andrade and Idolo versus Dante Martin versus TBD and Tom and a Partridge in a Pear Tree. Casino ladder match. Winner receives a future. Who's the TBD, by the way? Who's the TBD? Anyone have a guess? Anyone have a guess? Don't be talking to me about WWE right now. This is AEW. I've fielded questions. We can do more at the end. Stick with AEW for right now, kids. What we're here for. Read the banner, please, and thank you. I love all of you. Don't nobody turn out or tune out because you think I'm mad at you. I ain't mad at you. Same. Keep watching. I need the ratings and the money. Kidding. I get no money for this. Cat's out the bag. Cat's out the bag. Quit, everybody, with the WWE. We can go to it when the show's over. I promise you. If MJF isn't the Joker, We're right. Well, there you go. Thank you guys for keeping us back on track. Charles Hinkle, MJF. There you go. Quit. Don't get him riled up. I'm on a show, you know. Just take him to the kitchen. When he knows the wife's home, he goes nuts. And by he, I mean the dog. Hear that? I got pets. I got pets. Oh, from your lips to the ears of God, my friend. See that? Brino's got it. Brino knows what's up. All right. Don't touch the dog before he eats you. My kid turns 14 tomorrow, by the way. 14. I'll be dead soon. It's the truth. It's the truth. My legs are so cramped, I can't even tell you. I have to sit cross-legged right now or, you know, folded up because of her. This cat, man, I'm telling you right now. Ooh, I can take a picture of her. I know all y'all care about my cat. You better, because if you don't, you ain't no friend of mine. I'm kidding. All right, I'm going to show you this picture. This is real life, okay? Try again, Tom. Too bright. It'll adjust. See that? You hear? I swear. Animals. What are you going to do? Ooh, Sugar Shane says, well, Osprey is the Joker. Ooh. I think I'd be okay with that. But yeah, it should be MJF. Right? But I'm okay with that. You hear? Good Lord. She is spoiled, Alma. You got that right. Swerving our glory. And I was wrong about no tag team championships being defended, everybody. My apologies. By the way, Casino Ladder match, if MJF's in it, he wins it. My opinion, he wins it. And it sets up him and Punk because we're going to get to the main event soon. And guess what I think? You'll see. You'll see. Swerving our glory. Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland versus the Acclaimed. There you go. Tag team match for AW World Tag Team Championship. Hot take. I think the Acclaim win this match. I think there may be some shenanigans, but I honestly think the Acclaimed are winning this match. There you go. I think we'll have new tag team champions. I'm not saying it's the right move. I'm not saying it's what they should do. I'm not saying, I don't like Lee and Strickland. Blah, 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 blah. Nothing like that. I just happen to believe that the Acclaim have earned it in as much as you can earn, you know, pro wrestling championship titles, right? But I think they've been together long enough here in this company. They've done everything asked of them. They continue to deliver every time. They're doing a nice little babyface run at the moment. Yeah. Give it to them. Man, we're keeping, dude, you guys who were with me before the pandemic hit, do you remember what we were doing on Fridays at 12 noon? We were averaging like 75 to 100 viewers every Friday at 12 noon on the show. We haven't done that since the pandemic hit. I'm lucky to maintain 20 people at this point. Isn't that crazy how things change? But I got my hardcores here. You guys are awesome. I've lost a couple along the way, but not too many. It's all good. Thank you guys for always hanging in there with us. I do very much appreciate that. You guys are the best. She is still purring as she sleeps. Poor thing. Yeah, my hot take, Acclaim become your new tag team champions. Ricky Starks versus Powerhouse Hobbs. I think Powerhouse Hobbs needs to win this because Ricky Starks is already a star. I don't think Hobbs is yet. So Hobbs needs big quality wins against big time quality opponents. I would honestly say Starks maybe doesn't right now. That's just my take. The Starks need to be pinning former champions going on a main event run. People still pop for him. They still love him. People hate Hobbs right now. Do they hate him enough? Do they see him as a star? They could when he starts beating top guys. And I think that's how they could take this. So I would go Powerhouse Hobbs for the win. The Elite, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks versus TBD. Tournament final for the inaugural AW World Trios Championship. I say Kenny and the Bucks are winning these titles. That's my take. That's my opinion. You got one match left, kids. Jon Moxley versus CM Punk. And man, did I screw that up. Let's get back to it. My apologies for continuing to miss the boat. Here you go, kids. On that note, CM Punk wins the championship back. That's what I think. I think they'll give Punk the title back, and I think Punk's going to heel out. That's what I think. In my opinion, Punk's going to heel out on Mox, and he's going to become the world champion again. That's what I think. And I think they're setting up for MJF to win the title. And I think in some weird, bizarro world twist of fate, MJF will somehow end up being a babyface. Not because they book it that way, but because that's how it'll end up. Now, I could be dead wrong. And this isn't, you notice nothing on my screen says prediction. Nothing on your screen says prediction either. This is just one dude giving one dude's opinion. That's it. Okay. That's just what I think. I think the fans are going to demand MJF be heel or be face, and that Punk be heel. I've been wrong before. I could be wrong now. But that, my friends, is your card in 57 minutes. Man, I'm good. I continue to be the king. Come at me. I'm just playing. I've had a good day, but an interesting day. Does that make sense? And I might be a little salty. There we go. Watch your volume, kid. Brino says, I hope he heals out regardless of what happens. Heel Punk is the best Punk. Heel Punk is so entertaining, isn't he? He's so entertaining. I mean, he goes on a monster heel run that company. They will hate him. Jericho would wish he could be as hated as Punk would be. He'll be top heel in the company. Nobody will be able to touch him. Nobody. MJF, forget about it. Forget about it. Forget about it. When Punk commits himself to something, nobody can top him. And I know I always say don't play favorites and, give everybody a chance. And I am. But, dude, I'm telling you right now, when Punk commits, Punk does what a lot of guys wish they could do. He connects. Okay? I'll make this comment because we continue to see guys go at each other on the Twitter quite a bit, okay? But here's what I think also. I think he connects in a way that Roman Reigns never has. I think that Roman is playing a character. I don't think that Roman is being himself. I don't think he ever has been. I think Roman Reigns is playing a character, and everything he's ever done that come, every role he's ever had, he's been a character. I don't think he's ever been himself. My opinion. I just don't. I think when he goes through that curtain, he's a different guy. I think when you see Punk on TV, that's Punk. Now, for all I know, all the stories about him being a prick or whatever, excuse my English, or being a bad guy, they're all nonsense. That it's all a work, that we've been worked for years. He's really not like that. He's really a humble guy behind the curtain. I'll believe a word of it. I think what you see is what you get. Eddie Kingston, same guy behind the curtain. Now, notice I said earlier, I'm not behind the curtain, so I don't know. Remember I said that because I don't know, but it feels like it's the same guy. Okay? Roman Reigns playing a character, just like Wyndham Rotunda is playing Bray Wyatt. Not the same guy. It's a character. That's okay, by the way. Roman is stinking rich. He's at the top of his game. He's in the God spot in the biggest pro wrestling company on the planet. I got no ill will toward him at all. You do your thing and make your money. He's putting his body on the line every time he's in there. Good for him for making all the money he can and being the top guy. No shade thrown. No shade. There you go, kids. It's time to open the floor up. Ray all day, if you're still here, my friend, everybody is anxiously, patiently awaiting your question. Hit that send button so we can get this show back off the road. Sugar Shane says CM Punk's promo on Dynamite was horrible. He was ready to go home and had his trainer come out and slapped him. Then he turned into Superman. Come on, Moxley Wops. We'll see. We'll see. You can have your favorites. It's perfectly fine. We'll see. I wasn't in love with that promo, if I'm being straight with you. I didn't think it was necessary with the slap and all that. But he's pulled it out before. Rob says, I agree. CM was playing sympathy, and Wednesday and him turning heel to say thank you. People are cheap. Worried about you can all kiss. That would be a great. Oh, I see. Yeah, that'd have been all right. Oh, that's right. Ray is at Disney. Ray, I forgot about you. Eric Jackson, you have to tail into the show, my friend. But thank you as always, for being here, dude. How was GalaxyCon? Is that where you've been? How is it? Because I'm a comic book guy, right? Is that where you are? I can't remember. Where are you again? I can't remember. Dragon Con, that's it. Toby says I'm at Disney, so you can ask Tom DM. Oh, did he send you this? Did Ray send you this? Ray's my mega fan. Ray's the first dude on the Mount Rushmore Tom Clark's Main Event fans. Believe that. I'm not playing. Look at this. The question sent via Toby from Ray. I'm at Disney, so can you ask Tom DMX or Snoop? DMX. And part 2, Naughty by Nature or De La Soul. De La Soul. And if Adam Cole came to your house with a free trampoline and offered another one to a friend, could I have? Sure. And after one to get grilled shrimp and house salads, could I have as well? Yes. Toby, tell him what I said. Tell him X. Tell him De La, and tell him yes on the other 2. Dude. Nathan, my producer, brother from another mother, and a bunch of other idioms, metaphors. I don't know. Cliches. Nathan, read up there Toby's comment. Ray told Toby what to ask me. Dude, that's the coolest thing ever. Hey, Doug, my friend, do me a favor if you don't care. If you want to ask me something, please do, but please don't drop links in the chat. No disrespect to anybody, but I'm not here to publicize anybody's work. I'll publicize mine. How about that? And it's okay, Doug. You didn't know. I've never really made that maybe official, but please don't drop links in my show. I would very much appreciate it. And all respect to everybody at Sportskeeda to go do their thing, but I wrote there years ago. I know what's up. But anyway, no disrespect. Circuit posting should be a thing. I agree. Toby, did you get a little something on the side for that? Shane says, do you think that the reason WWE moved Ricochet back to NXT is because there was no one on SmackDown that could chain wrestle with him? There are a few in that company that can chain wrestle. It's possible. It's possible. Look, can we call it what it is? Ricochet hasn't gotten a fair shake in that company since he was on the Black Gold brand. Period. End of story. Case closed. Shut the book. Turn off the lights. Let's go home. That's it. And he never will, probably. Now, Triple H is going to save the world. We'll see. It's still early. It's early. They've made positive moves, what a lot of fans feel to be positive moves. There's still a bottom line you got to protect. There's still investors you got to make happy. There's still storylines that have been moving along for months and months and months and months. We'll see. I will approach it with cautious optimism. But in my opinion, Ricochet is not going to get what the Ricochet character deserves unless he's in someone else's ring. That's just my opinion. You can take that or you can leave it. By the way, kids, I forgot to change this. The floor is open. In case y'all didn't know, we're already over past the top of the hour. We're going to go a few more, and then I'm going to get this cat off my lap because she's asleep and I can't move my legs. They said has heat with hyperlink. I love that, actually. It's a great comment. Sheree says, going to Prestige Wrestling Saturday to see Alan. Oh, nice. I like Alan Angels, dude. I hope he lands on his feet. Hopefully he is. Honestly, I'd be okay with him in WWE if he wanted to go. Maybe they could find something to do with him. I don't know. Who is your pick, Seth or Riddle? This brings up a good question, Super Dave. Does anybody care about this Seth and Riddle thing? Do all the F-bombs on live TV mean anything to you guys? Can I be honest with you? It kind of feels like a ripoff of things the other company has done. It kind of feels like, hey, Triple H is in charge. We can curse now. We can work blue. All right, F-bomb, do it. I guess if it works, it works. It kind of feels like, it kind of feels like the dude tried way too hard with this. I don't know. Maybe you guys love it. I don't know what you feel. I like both these guys. I like Seth a lot more for a lot of different reasons. We'll leave it at that. But no, that's just me. Wilf, dude, I hope you hang in there, my friend. All the best to you. Everyone tell Wilf, get better soon. Thanks for taking time out of the day. Get better, dude. Jeez. But thank you for tuning in, dude. Look at Ray asking Toby what I told him. Ray, you're the best, man. Nate says, what happens first? Vince returns to WWE or Triple H giving himself a title? I don't think either one's going to happen. I think Vince is done. Nathan and his shoot job is a couple of different things, but one of them is an attorney. And Nate will tell you that if he were Vince's attorney, he'd say, stay off the television. You done got yourself in trouble. You know that saying where there's smoke, there's fire? Vince's house done burned down. Okay. He did it. He flat out did it. Period. Okay. This what Nate, you can chime in if you want to. I don't think this is a matter of, well, Vince, we think it's the best move if you just lay low for a while. No. This dude retired. This dude flat out retired. So I'm going home, pal. I'll see you. And I don't know who you've been reading, but I've not seen one report that would lead me to believe he's actually backstage anymore. Supposedly he's at the house. I'm just saying, it feels like, yeah, he's done. But again, none of us were there. We don't know. But the paper trail to the money trail to the bank account trail goes straight to people, and they can back all of it up, and it's all there, and you did it, and you're guilty as sin. And people still defend that dude. Are you kidding me? People still defend that dude. Isn't that something? Yikes. Yeah, I'm seeing some comments here about Buff and Joe During. During. Yeah, I don't get the name wrong. Yeah, all respect and all the best to these guys for sure. No doubt about it. Bruno says, random side note, I hope they let Matt Riddle stop doing all Randy's moves. He's a killer as is and can go. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. And again, I like Riddle. I don't love Riddle. There's some stuff there. You guys know what it is. You know how to read headlines and whatnot. Dig a little deeper. Do your research. Yeah. No, I mean, there's things and I just, I've never really got the all shucks RVD bit that he does. Personal taste, I'm not a fan of that. It doesn't do much for me, if I'm being real with you. He can go in the ring, sure. But other than that, I saw him fly on his back working AJ Styles in a match. Was it AJ somewhere? I think it might have been England or somewhere. Who was on his back and he was flipping guys with his feet. Like, the test of strength with his feet. Come on. What are we doing? Not a fan of that. But again, some people love it. Vince deserves love too, Tom. He just has to pay for it. Oh, look out. All right. Tom, if you start a wrestling company, what part of Jim Crockett Promotions, the NWA, would you use in today's wrestling? Oh, so much. So much. Don't make me start talking about the pro wrestling company that I'll never start, because I've had ideas on paper for years. I actually went so far as to write it down, have conversations with people about it, but never done anything. Dude, Nathan and I have talked about it, but there's just no money in it. And I'm not trying to say it's all about money, but at the end of the day, it's all about money. It's a business. If you can't turn a profit, you shouldn't be in it. And you couldn't turn a profit. Just too hard. You know what I mean? Not saying it's impossible. It's just too hard. For the way I'd want to do it, it'd just be too hard. Plus there's like 100 companies running within like 3 counties of each other. It's just too hard, man. That's just how I'm talking. It's just my opinion. And plus, can I be honest with you? I don't have the time to do it anyway. And there's guys out there way smarter than I am making a go of it and doing a good job. So who am I to complain? I'm not complaining. I'm just throwing it out there to you. Nate says the fireballs come back every week. We got Jerry Lawler, these kids, man. That's what we got to do. Let's go Bill Dundee on them. Hosteffy to Gilbert. I'm just saying. What's the style? I would go very much a hybrid of NWA and New Japan. That bit everyone complains about AEW wrestlers. Well, the referee lets them fight outside. I'd have a 20 count like New Japan does. And in New Japan, the understanding is that with a 20 count in every match, that it's referee's discretion. If it gets up to 19 and a half, the referee wants to jump outside. And because the idea is the referee doesn't want to cheat the fans out of this match. It's not fair. People pay good money to be here. They don't want to see countouts. So referee's discretion covers all of that. Hard to do that with a match that only has a 10 count. I go 20 count on every match. That's me. That's one thing. Number two, there's something else Japan does that I'm really a fan of. They treat it, Brino, to your point, they treat it like a combat sport. If you watch Japan, you know this, right? It's combat sport. It's not, it's normal after a match to see the guys talking to each other and joking and laughing, not breaking character. Okay. But just saying, oh, you think, oh, what'd you think? Oh, you think you got me? Oh, you didn't get me. You pinned my partner. What's this about? Oh, you're nothing. Yeah. We'll see tomorrow night. We'll see. We'll see who gets this. And it's more like trash talking like UFC guys would do to each other. You hardly ever see any brawling after the fact, of a little bit, but hardly much at all. Not much at all. It's treated more like a shoot combat sport. That's what I would do, is treat it like a shoot combat sport. That's me. I still make it fun. I still make it entertaining, but I would treat it more like a combat sport. And the storyline part of it from the NWA is what I would do. I would want a central figure. I want a top baby face. Doesn't mean he's got to be the champ. I'm not talking a Hulk Hogan baby face. I'm talking a Dusty Rhodes baby face. I could talk him in the arena. That's what I'd have. And I would have to find out what guy that would be. And it's okay if it was 2 to 3 guys, Dusty and his boys. I'd have my top face and his guys around him. But I'd also have a top heel and his guys around him. I'd have multiple factions. I'd have multiple managers. I'd do it up. You guys get me excited about something I don't have the means to do, or the time, or the patience. Darn you all to heck. Nate says the best part of Crockett was any Dusty Rhodes on location promo. 100%. I could watch the Midnight Rider, if you will, every day forever. I'm not Dusty Rhodes. I'm the Midnight Rider. Dust is not me. I'm not him. I don't know who that is. Terrible impression. Brino says, hire me. Brother, if I ever decide to do it. And, drain my savings. Drain my savings. All right, let's do a couple more. Let's take it home. Toby says, Pete Dunne wrestled tonight in his singlet. Does the name follow? One can only hope. One can only hope. WWE has a great way, or they did, of taking and snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. They did it all the time. Pete Dunne is by God Pete Dunne, and that's it, period. Butch. It's Butch now. He's just Butch. He's Butch with a little hat on. And he's feisty. He's feisty. Dude, stop. I mean, I think it pretty well shows you who was behind all the boneheaded decisions with the booking. Old man's gone. Boneheaded decisions go with him. Hey, Vince, listen, thanks for everything. Could you take your dumb ideas with you? Thanks. We'll be in touch. Be in touch. I'm just saying. If Triple H asks you to be creative writer, dude, brother, no one knows who I am, Doug. I appreciate you, my friend. Of course, you'd be crazy to turn down that job, because it's him asking, not Vince running it. You know what I mean? As a writer, you'd be crazy to turn down anything in creative in a pro wrestling company. I think if there's money in it, especially, you'd be crazy to turn down. Crazy. Nate says the biggest heel in wrestling right now, OnlyFans credit card processing fees. I wouldn't know anything about that, Nate. What have you heard? She's done nothing but stretch like crazy. All right, kids, we got one more. What's your take on She-Hulk, Cherie says. I'm a fan. I've heard some comments and opinions to the contrary, that it's been produced like a feminist movement kind of thing. And all due respect to those who have those opinions, if that's what you want to think, that's fine. I don't pick up that vibe at all. It's entertaining to me. If you know anything about the character in the books, I think it fits. I think it fits. There you go. Kids, guess what we're going to do now? We're going to take it home. We're going to get on up out of here and let you get to your Friday and get to your weekend. We're going to let Mr. Royce have the last word here. You should find us some shoot combat sports presenting promotions for us to escape, to scope out. Boy, wouldn't that be nice? For me to find that for you, I got to get busy. She-Hulk was 150,000% accurate on legal procedure. Are you serious? Nate's an attorney, kids. He would know. I can't watch stuff with attorneys in it because Nate ruins it every time. Every time. It's like having a best friend that's like a food inspector in your city. You can't go out to eat with that guy because he knows what's happening in the whole town, every restaurant. That's Nate. I'm just playing. But hey, he knows what he's talking about, dude. All right, guys, I'm out. I'm getting out of here. Listen, I love you kids to death. You guys are the best ever. Thank you so much for tuning in. You guys know I really appreciate it every time you're here with me. It means loads to me. Listen, help me promote the show whenever you get the opportunity. If you got a buddy or a pal or even an enemy that's a pro wrestling fan, turn them on to this and tell them that we're here almost every Friday. Again, that'd mean loads to me. We're going to get out of here. Have a safe and happy holiday weekend. I plan on doing the same. I'm going to have my kid's birthday tomorrow. That'll be fun. Going to have Labor Day off Monday. That'll be even more fun. But yeah, we're getting out of here. I appreciate you guys and gals. I can't do the peace sign with that, so I'll give you that one. And let's get out of here, kids. Everybody have a great weekend. We'll see you next time, kids. We're out. Happy Labor Day. Tom Clark's main event.